What
Because
she
that
does-
baby is not my son.
Here's the thing that she does.
It is.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
That's a lie.
Yes, it
That's a
is.
lie.
First of all, she's a liar because you just had a wild sex ride that got shut down by the police station last week.
Hello?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
That
you
is
did.
not
Yes,
true.
you did. Yes, you
There's some
did.
hoes in this
That
house.
is not true.
Yes, you did.
Did not walk
Why
up
is
the
your
door.
neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your
There was
household?
no sex
Yes.
going on.
This psycho grandma didn't just show up. She exploded in, suing for $1,000 because baby Elijah's too white. Is this a courtroom or a Klan rally with better lighting?
Ms. McBirth, you petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove your son, Kakitho Hughes, is not father of Miss Jackson's 2-year-old son, Elijah Jackson. You're suing Miss Jackson for $1,000 for defamation of character because you claim she posted comments on social media claiming you and your family are deadbeats.
Not holding back 1 ounce of venom, Grandma McBirth unleashes her unholy trinity of insults for Ms. Jackson. Trash, trouble, and trifler. Can a human being even survive such legendary, soul-crushing shade?
This woman is trouble. She is trouble with a capital T. She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is. The little boy looks nothing like my son, any member of my family.
Her evidence, you ask with bated breath? Baby Elijah is white as snow, with absolutely zero chocolate detected by her expert, red, delusional eye. Is this woman a geneticist or just spectacularly, undeniably racist?
And you say the child looks nothing like your son.
That baby white as snow. There's no way that could be my grandchild or my son's baby. He has no features like none of us. Nobody in my family look like that.
Maybe because he is so white.
Because he all the white. He ain't got no black in here. Everything I see got powder puff on it. I don't see no chocolate nowhere, okay?
No, ma'am.
Then Auntie Terrell, not to be outdone in the crazy department, swoops in like a rabid vulture, calling Ms. Jackson a vampire and a mere snack cake. Will the judge just order a psych eval for this whole damn train wreck family already?
This DNA right here has been in our life. She's never was a girlfriend. You are a vampire. You are just a fly-by-night. We didn't know anything about you. He's been in a relationship for 10 years.
In 10 years?
He's been
by
in a relationship
another
for 2
woman.
years.
And
for 10
those
years.
are my grandchildren.
All she basically was for him was a snack cake on the side of his meal.
As if that wasn't enough, Auntie then accuses Ms. Jackson of a police-busted wild nyan party complete with a live tone-deaf "Ho in this house" serenade. Is this paternity court or Mardi Gras gone horribly wrong?
She's a liar because you just had a wild sex ride that got shut down by the police station last week.
Hello?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
That
you
is
did.
not
Yes,
true.
you did.
Some hoes in this
That
house.
is.
Why is your neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your
There was
household?
no sex
Yes.
going on.
In a moment of hypocrisy so staggering it could win awards, Grandma actually admits her own son's a trifling disaster too, but shrugs it off because he's my son. Will her blatant, infuriating nonsense finally make Judge Lake's head literally explode?
Miss McBirth, I have to ask you, you're very tough on Miss Jackson. Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son. And I know what he do.
Just seeing a photo of her precious son kissing baby Elijah makes Grandma gag, literally wanting to throw up. Can her delicate stomach or her paper-thin case actually handle the truth bomb that's about to detonate?
When you look at this picture,
It make me want to throw up.
it seems like your son is kissing the baby. It makes you want to throw
It makes me wanna
up.
throw up because it's a
Why?
lie.
For your son to be kissing an innocent child?
Because it's not his.
It doesn't matter, really, if he's
not
showing
his.
the child
It's
love.
not his.
Plot twist supreme. Alleged dad, Mr. Hughes, bless his quiet heart, calmly reveals he's biracial because his own father is white. Has Grandma's entire racist, hate-fueled charade just spectacularly collapsed in on itself?
Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white. So
That child is not my son.
But wait, there's more science. Now it's Nosebridge Gate. Grandma fanatically swears her grandbabies are uniquely, genetically bridgeless, but Elijah dares to possess one. Is this her smoking gun, or just peak, certifiable delusion?
You don't look like nobody
All
I
my
know.
grandbabies don't have a bridge on their nose. That
like
little
my
boy
mom.
got a bridge. Grandchildren all look alike. Every last one.
All his kid.
We're looking at the bridge of the nose.
Right.
And you're saying none of those match.
None of those
He
match.
has all of
He
his
doesn't
children
look
alike.
nothing like my son.
All of his
Not a
kids,
thing.
they look.
Little Elijah apparently calls other men daddy? Mom hilariously and desperately blames this phenomenon on tall, light-skinned guys with hats. Is this baby just easily bamboozled by headwear? Or is there a secret daddy army lurking?
Okay.
I heard her, it was about a month ago. I was coming home from work and I heard her tell another guy who was out in the parking lot. She told him, she said, Cash, come on with daddy. Come with daddy. She called.
I've heard him call other dudes daddy, though.
Woo!
Tell
But
the
he's
truth.
seeing-
Tell the truth.
She makes it hard on herself, basically, because she feels a
Exactly.
lot of doubts in the situation.
Were you having your son Elijah call someone else daddy?
No, ma'am.
The moment of truth for two white baby Elijah is finally here. After all the nosebridge nonsense and racist color charts, will Grandma's bonkers theories be utterly annihilated by cold, hard, unforgiving science?
And whether Mr. Hughes is the father, Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father. Did she even tell you she was going into labor?
She called me that day and told me, and I told her I'll come up there in a little bit, okay? Well, my family went up there. I called her back, said, hey, I'm on my way. She told me not to bother.
Mr. Wheat passionately claims he's been robbed as a father to 19-year-old Sierra. But her mom, Ms. Greider, coldly states facts are facts, and he isn't her dad.
You filed your case because you claim you've been robbed as a father. You are desperate to prove to the defendant that you fathered her 19-year-old daughter. You want to make up for lost time. Ms. Greider, you say, as much as you would like plaintiff to be your daughter's biological father, facts are facts, and he isn't her dad.
Ms. Greider's legendary explanation for this paternity chaos. I was 19. I was young, dumb, and full of eggs, and I was doing me.
Because I was 19, I was young, dumb, and full of eggs, and I was doing me.
Young, dumb, and full of eggs and doing me. I don't think I've ever heard it explained like that.
The bombshell truth. Ms. Greider confesses she was sleeping with 4 different men when Sierra was conceived. Mr. Wheat was just a one-night stand from Texas Nightlife Club.
So how many guys were you with during the window of time your daughter was conceived?
4.
And Mr. Wheat is one of them.
Yes. One of them was my boyfriend. He was living with me at the time, and he went away. Mac had moved in with me. I met him through a mutual friend of all of ours. Yes, we were sleeping together. And then I had went out to Texas Nightlife, had a one-night stand with him at that time.
In an act of baffling oversharing, she actually told all 4 men they could possibly be the father. This poor girl never stood a chance of a simple answer.
Who was with you when she was born?
Mac Ryder.
Ah, now I get it. Man you were with went through the process with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Greider, who signs the birth certificate? Does anybody sign the birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor. Mac Ryder did. And it's been on and off drama for 19 years.
But poor Mr. Wheat tried to visit baby Sierra at the hospital, only for Ms. Greider to cruelly tell him not to bother coming. Talk about being shut out.
Did she even tell you she was going into labor?
She called me that day and told me, and I told her I'll come up there in a little bit. My family went up there. I called her back, said, hey, I'm on my way. She told me not to bother.
Surprise guest, potential dad. Number 2, Mr. Mac Greider, the ex-husband who signed the birth certificate and named Sierra after their beloved Chevy truck, is in court.
Mac Greider is here, and he believes he could be Sierra's father.
Yes, ma'am. I was there, went to the doctor appointment. I named her. I signed the birth certificate.
Sierra was born. You were there.
Yes, ma'am. I was in the doctor.
Signed the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
You named her.
Yes, ma'am. After a Chevy truck.
Sierra, now 19 and in tears, just desperately wants to know who her real dad is after a lifetime of her mom's confusing possibilities.
Upset that I never knew who my real dad was.
And when you say you never knew,
Never.
you were always told that it was uncertain.
I've had a father figure throughout the years, and he's watched me grow up, and she kept on telling me that these could be the possibilities, and I just had to live with it until today. I'm trying to figure out who my dad is.
The first DNA results are in for Mr. Greider, the man who raised Sierra. Is he her biological father, or is this just the dramatic start of eliminating the 4 contenders?
The first result is for Mr. Greider. When it comes to 19-year-old Sierra Sloan, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Greider, you are not the father.
Now for Mr. Wheat, the man who's felt robbed for 19 years. After Mr. Greider was ruled out, are his decades of hope about to finally come true for Sierra?
And I saw you, Mr. Wheat, because once I said Mr. Greider was not the biological father, the weight even became heavier for you that, well, if he's not, that's even more probability that I could be. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Wheat, you are not the father.
But my mom, however, had told me on more than one occasion that she had DNA done between me and Mr. Seaton. She also told my grandmother Karen, and when asked about the result, I contacted our local DNA centers and did some research, and they have no DNA on file.
Ms. Jessica Seaton hauls her own mother, Ms. McPeak, into court, screaming paternity fraud after a 30-year lie about her real dad.
You've brought your mother to court because you claim she committed paternity fraud and lied to you about the identity of your biological father. You were raised believing one man was your father, but are here to prove another is your dad. You've petitioned the court for a paternity test to finally prove the truth.
Mother McPeak ain't having it, viciously calling her estranged daughter Jessica a very cold-hearted person who just doesn't care who she hurts.
My daughter doesn't care who she hurts at all. She's a very cold-hearted person, and she just does not care who she hurts.
The bombshell that cracked this 30-year secret wide open. Jessica needed an emergency blood transfusion, and her presumed family, via dad Jesse Seaton, were not a match.
Back in 2011, I had complications and I needed a blood transfusion. My mom was supposed to make it to the hospital. She never showed up, whatever the reason was. So my grandmother and my Uncle Paul had both donated blood for the blood transfusion, and it came out they were not. Either one of them wasn't a match. So they couldn't give me the blood.
Grandma Karen's ghost-written truth bomb. Okay, a letter. Her late son Jesse wasn't Jessica's dad. Mom Teresa was shacking up with Greg Bryson while pregnant.
It reads, I know my late son Jesse Seaton is not Jessica's father. Everyone in town knows that Teresa was with Greg while she was pregnant. I don't know why Teresa keeps denying it, which is Greg. When my son Jesse started dating Teresa, she was by Greg. My hopes for Jessica are that she will finally know the truth.
Jessica tearfully describes how the man who lovingly raised her, Jesse Seaton, tragically died believing she was his only precious daughter, a pain that still haunts her.
Jesse died when I was about 7.5, but from what I can remember, he was the perfect man, perfect dad. What hurts me the most is that this man died thinking that I was his only daughter. That right there alone hurts more than, the fact that I'm about to get results on whether or not Mr. Brighton or Mr. Seaton.
The lies keep piling up. Jessica accuses her mom of also faking a DNA test result years ago between her and Jesse Seaton. Did this woman ever tell the truth?
But my mom, however, had told me on more than one occasion that she had DNA done between me and Mr. Seaton. She also told my grandmother Karen, and when asked about the results, I contacted our local DNA centers and did some research, and they have no DNA on file.
Mr. Bryson then drops a stunner. Years ago, McPeak kicked him out for Jesse Seaton, only to crawl back to him later, allegedly confessing, "This child I'm carrying, it belongs to you."
Even though Jesse Seaton's on the birth certificate, I guarantee you I'm the girl's father because she knows it. I come home from work, middle of Thanksgiving, there was all my stuff sitting outside. It's snowing. I'd already paid the bills, and people across the street let me move in. She had come over several times and told me to my face, I am sorry that I made a mistake, did what I did to Jesse. This child I'm carrying belongs to you.
But wait, there's more. Bryson accuses Ms. McPeak of juggling 4 men back in the day, needing multiple men for multiple things. This just gets messier.
Did you think you were the only one she was having?
Oh, no, Your Honor. There were several other men she had been with. I found this out later on. But, it's,
How many men did you find out she was with?
4. But, it's the kind of thing, without being rude to anybody and anybody taking anything offensively, there are those people that need multiple men for multiple things.
Judge Lake holds the envelope that will rewrite Jessica's entire identity. Is her biological father her beloved late dad, Jesse Seaton, or the absolutely certain Mr. Bryson?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Bryson.
Thank you.
I got married, which I shouldn't have. Just understand me, I'm sorry. I don't see you or get to talk to you, but I have to be miserable, no Kadeem. Then you write back, Mr. Ward, when I'm done with this, you can have all my time and you can have it now. I just want to get this divorce and be done with her.
Ms. Norville drags Mr. Ward and his brand new wife, of just 2 weeks, to court for baby Jacqueline. blaming the wife for his sudden paternity denial.
Ms. Norville, you summoned the defendant and his wife to court to prove that he fathered your 7-month-old daughter, Jacqueline. You say his denial stems from his immature wife, and you're here to set them straight.
Because prior to him marrying the defendant, the person he's known that he knew for 2 weeks, he never denied it.
She came with receipts. Norville dramatically reveals texts from Ward sent last night from his hotel with his wife, whining, "I got married, which I shouldn't have. I'm sorry."
He just texted me last night. But that's Mrs. Ward. You understand what I mean? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get married.
Do you have in your hand?
The text message from him last night while he was in the hotel room with his wife.
The texts get even juicier. Ward allegedly told Norville, "When I'm done with this marriage, you can have all my time. I just want to get this divorce."
I got married, which I shouldn't have. Just understand me, I'm sorry. So that means what? I don't see you or get to talk to you, but I have to be miserable, no Kadeem. Then you write back, Mr. Ward, "When I'm done with this, you can have all my time and you can have it now. I just want to get this divorce and be done with her."
Plot twist upon plot twist. Ms. Norville admits she kicked Ward out while pregnant with Jacqueline because her other EX needed me. This web is tangled.
We moved into an apartment together. Not even a week later, she's kicking me out, talking about she cheated on me. So it's like...
Honestly, I pushed him away because my ex, he needed me. And I felt obligated.
And if that wasn't enough, Ms. Norville drops another bombshell. She's pregnant again by Mr. Ward right now, while he's freshly married to another woman.
Because he was married and I didn't want to deal with it.
What do that have to do with my child?
Honestly, he was married. I'm just over it. And I'm pregnant now. I'm just over it. I'm over him. He's a liar.
Pregnant by Mr. Ward?
I didn't want to do that. And I'm pregnant now.
Surprise star witness, Kadeem's own mother, Carmelita Wilson, marches in, testifying for Ms. Norville and boldly declaring Jacqueline is her granddaughter.
State your name for the record.
My name is Carmelita Wilson.
Hi, Ms. Wilson. And you are what relationship to?
I'm Kadeem's mother.
And yet you are standing next to Ms. Norville.
Yes, I am.
All right. Can you please tell the court why you're choosing to testify on the side that is opposing your son?
Because Jacqueline, that's my granddaughter.
Then Grandma Wilson unleashes a mega bomb about her new daughter-in-law. Mr. Ward's new wife allegedly cheated for 7 months of their barely year-long marriage.
For my son to deny her because he say she cheated. Well, his wife cheated for 7 months. They only been married a year. So basically she cheated through the whole marriage.
Mr. Ward sheepishly admits he also doubted his wife's baby, Kadeem Jr., because her affair text went all the way back to January when that baby was conceived.
So I was at work, someone was telling me something, because you know when you love somebody, you know if somebody doing wrong, you can feel it. Go home, I grabbed the phone, went through it. What do you know? I seen a message right there, boom, right in my face. When I seen that, it went all the way back to January. I like, dang, it was a long time, you know what I'm saying, for you to be talking to this person, you know, he pulling up to my house every time I go to work, was cheating on me.
Was cheating.
Hold your breath for this one. Ms. Norville then announces she's not just pregnant again by Mr. Ward, she's pregnant with twins. This man is a baby-making machine.
And she's saying that it's your husband's baby again.
Twins, my
is
dear.
more evident. Oh,
twins, baby.
Oh,
ready.
You
Yes,
said
ma'am.
twins?
Twins.
Yes, ma'am.
The DNA results for baby Jacqueline are finally here. After secret texts, new wives, other babies, and now twins on the way. Is Mr. Ward her father?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Ward, you are the father.
Yes, I knew.
I found out I was pregnant when I moved back when Ian sent me money to come back. And this is his exact words. Oh, I'm gonna send you the money to come back so we could be a happy family and this and that. And
did he know you had had the one night stand with somebody else?
yeah, he knew, because I told him.
18-year-old Ms. Currington swears her 42-year-old ex, Kim Larson, begged her for baby Kawera. They kept trying and trying. Now he denies her.
It makes me feel pissed off, because we planned this baby.
Planned the baby?
Yes, we did.
What was said?
He wanted to have a baby by me, and that was that. And we kept trying and trying.
His explosive defense? He's got a new girlfriend and claims Currington is a player and unpredictable who plotted this whole baby situation to trap him.
Yes, because I'm in another relationship.
Mr. Kim Larson, you deny this baby. You say this baby's not yours.
Yes, Honor. I can explain that to you. She's a player. She's unpredictable. She played a game with my emotion. She plotted.
The great no protection debate. She screeches he don't believe in condoms. He fires back that she swore she was on birth control. Who's telling the truth here?
Were you using protection?
No.
Then you were planning to have a baby.
Your Honor.
No, you told.
He said he don't believe in condoms.
But you told me you was on birth control.
Oh.
Yes.
Enter Kim Larson's disapproving daughter, who viciously calls Currington a predator who took advantage of my dad and be messing around in the streets.
I know these types of women. They prey men like this, like kind-hearted, very openly, and she took advantage of my dad. We don't even know if it's, if that's my dad's baby because she be messing around in the streets. So how are we supposed to know for sure if that's my dad's baby or not? So that's why we here.
Their sketchy first encounter. At a hotel, he was desperately searching for his then-girlfriend. Ms. Currington sweetly offered to help him look, secretly hoping he wouldn't find her after spotting his nice car.
I met Ian at the hotel. He came in, he approached me and asked me if I'd seen his girlfriend at that time. And I said no, but I would help you look for her. Yeah, I seen her pull up in that nice car. I'm like, who is that? So to find out he come in here looking for his girlfriend.
Oh, you saw him pull up before he even got in the hotel. Look at him, get out his little cute car. And you thought he was handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He shamelessly admits being instantly attracted to her thickness when she paraded around in booty shorts. She happily admits taking his money in cars because he likes black women.
Oh, he was giving an arrangement out. He was giving out benefits.
Yes.
And you were taking them.
Yes, because he said he liked black women.
Oh, and so you had thought you found yourself a nice little sugar daddy, little older man that was gonna do for you and your son.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to follow along, see how far she go with this.
Within days, she claims, or mere weeks, he says, she had already shacked up in his place, joyriding in his car, while her cousins and maybe an extra boyfriend partied it up.
She moved at my place.
Within 2 weeks.
Because we
I
bonded.
moved at his place 2 days later and drove his car after I met him at the hotel. He had me drive his car. He let me. He was giving it to me like that.
She had her cousins up in there.
Also, my neighbor been calling me saying that she had multiple guys in my house. Whoever, I don't know what to believe.
Plot twist. After their messy breakup, he got evicted. She had a one-night stand in Indiana, only for he himself to send her money to come back and be a happy family.
Between that time when she was pregnant, she was with this guy pretty much through the whole term.
And I'm still is.
Yeah,
Getting
she
married
still
too,
is.
September 1st. And he's been taking care of her throughout this whole journey. I found out I was pregnant when I moved back, when Ian sent me money to come back. And this is his exact words. Oh, I'm gonna send you the money to come back so we could be a happy family and this and that. And he knew, because I told him.
Kim Larson actually got himself kicked out of the hospital during Kawira's birth for throwing a tantrum because Currington was on the phone with her new fiancé.
Did you also allow him to sign the birth certificate?
He didn't want to. So he started cussing me out because I was on the phone with the person I'm with now.
No, I was at the hospital.
He got kicked out the hospital. The security guards kicked him out and had to move me to another room because why are you on the phone with him and this is our time and this and that.
You got kicked out the hospital, Mr. Larson?
Yes, he did.
Judge Lake holds the envelope that will change everything. Is the thickness-loving, condom-hating older man Kawira's father, or was this just a very expensive, messy fling?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Kim Larson, you are the father. Dad. Do you remember Mr. Johnson moving away?
No.
So when he's saying he was gone from April 17th until when Jace was born, that's not true?
No, it's not.
What is your testimony?
It's not at all because we had sex on his birthday.
And when is that?
April 30th.
Impossible.
And we had sex every day after that, and the last day we had sex was May 10th.
Ms. Wilson is a wreck, tearfully stating Mr. Johnson, father of her 4-year-old Jace, has done nothing for him, abandoning her since day one.
I've had my son for 4 years doing it all by myself since day one. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's hard to look at him.
Take your time. I know it's difficult. You've had him by yourself. No help. He's 4.
I have been struggling.
Mr. Johnson's ice-cold defense? He's 100% certain he's not Jace's dad because Ms. Wilson was still totally hung up on her ex when they first hooked up.
Mr. Johnson, you say you know 100% you're not the biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you have not done anything to help Ms. Wilson raise Jace?
No, Your Honor. Okay, first of all, when I got with Quadonna, she was dealing with her ex still, and he was still in the picture.
No, I wasn't.
So
the Missouri alibi bombshell. Johnson swears he was living in a whole other state when Jace was conceived, even presenting a calendar claiming a 10+ month pregnancy if it's his.
Why? Because, Your Honor, as I stated before, she was still involved with her ex. He was still in the picture. My son clearly looks like her ex. I contracted my story from my calculations. I was not even there when he was conceived.
Yes, he was.
Impossible.
You're saying you weren't even there when the baby was conceived?
No, it was not. I was living in Missouri.
Her fiery counterattack. Wilson insists he never moved away, and little Jace was actually conceived during a steamy week of unprotected encounters right around his birthday.
Miss Wilson, do you remember Mr. Johnson moving away?
No.
So when he's saying he was gone from April 17th until when Jace was born, that's not true?
No, it's not.
What is your testimony?
It's not at all, because we had sex on his birthday.
And when is that?
April 30th.
Impossible.
And we had sex every day after that, and the last day we had sex was May 10th.
Were they baby planning or not? She tearfully claims they were actively trying for a baby and even planning marriage. He flatly denies any such romantic notions ever happened.
Before then, we had been trying to have a baby. December of 2012, he spent Christmas with his other kids at my house. During that time, when I finally moved into my apartment, which was March 1st of 2013, and he was there with me. We were doing it all the time because we planned on having a son. We was talking about getting married. I was like, well, I don't want to get married until we have the baby because I want to lose weight and fit in my dress.
She claims that after she joyfully announced the pregnancy, he completely ghosted her for 2 years. He retorts that she actually told him to get lost after a huge argument.
Just disappear, and I hadn't seen him no more after June 4th for 2 years.
So once you tell him you're pregnant, he never shows back up?
Nope.
No.
You didn't even want to see the baby?
No, Your Honor. I stopped communication with her because she told me she didn't want me to have it. We got into it
That
over the
is a
phone.
lie. No.
And she told me on the
No.
phone,
No.
well, since this is not working, then you don't have to be in our life at all, like that, getting all loud with me. So I hung up on her. That's what I do.
The dramatic laundromat showdown. Johnson says the first time he ever saw 2-year-old Jace was at a laundromat, only to see the boy allegedly run to Wilson's EX yelling, "Daddy, Daddy."
My mom was talking to me, and you know how some mothers are. They put pressure on sons like, well, son, he looking.
They tell you to do the right thing.
At this point, I'm going to meet her at the laundromat with the child. I took the child to my cousin's house, so she was like, well, he does look like you, cuz, she's older. So, and as I proceeded to take him back to the laundromat, I pulled up. I'm not even there 10 minutes. Here comes the ex.
Mr. Johnson then accuses Wilson of spending suspicious, long hours burning DVDs at her ex's house multiple times a week right before Jace's conception.
Actually, I'm glad you asked me that. She would go visit her ex 2 to 3 times a week, and spend long hours over there. But as she quote unquote says, we're burning DVDs. Now, if you're leaving our house at 12 o'clock, you come back at 8, come on now. Y'all burning more than DVDs.
Judge Lake holds that fateful envelope. Is Mr. Johnson's ironclad Missouri alibi actually legit, or is he about to become a very reluctant and very late father to Jace?
It has been determined by this court. Are the father. You told him, your husband, that this was not his child?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to hurt him. He left me to go be with another woman, and I was trying to hurt him like he hurted me.
Armed with bizarre, toe-crossing proof, will this monster-in-law actually debunk her grandbaby, or is she just completely unhinged?
You say the defendant is taking advantage of your son by pinning a baby on him, and you have physical proof that her 2-year-old daughter, Skyla, is not your grandchild.
She don't have the toes like my son.
Yes,
His
she
toes
does.
cross,
Yes, she
his big
does.
toe is here and his toe next
They
to big
overlap.
toe. It crawls over like that, and I have proof, Your Honor, that that is not baby because her toes don't do that.
Queen DNA tried to stop her son's wedding with a dramatic chase. Did the couple escape her clutches and actually manage to say, I do?
Okay, Your
Where
Honor.
I'm from, they call me Queen DNA. So until I get a DNA test to prove that's my grandbaby, so I got out of my bed and I started walking down the street. Someone called me and told me.
Your son didn't tell you?
No.
No, he didn't tell me. He didn't want me to know, because I would have stopped. I got up, I got dressed, and I started walking up the street, and a friend seen me walking, and she said, where are you going? And I said, to stop this wedding.
Kicked out of the hospital for screaming, "It's not my grandbaby," during Ms. Martin's false labor. Further chaos will this grandma unleash next?
She told me that she was pregnant, and I told her she was not because my son had been gone for a while, and he came back, and I went to the hospital where she was. I was put at the hospital because I told her
She
if
was
they did, they
saying
was
that
going
he
to put me
wasn't the
out.
father.
So, well, my son is not your baby father.
Yes.
Once you came in, you were in pain. What happens, Miss Martin?
They put her out.
Can grandma's ironclad proof of uncrossed toes and missing family eyebrows actually convince a court? Or is she just inventing wild genetic theories on the fly?
You said that's not my grandchild instantly.
Yes. She don't have the toes like my son.
Yes,
His
she
toes
does.
cross,
Yes, she
his big
does.
toe is here and his toe next
They
to big toe.
overlap.
It crawls over like that. And I have proof, Your Honor, that that is not baby because her toes don't do that. Eyebrows as me and my son and my daughter have.
She's
so
two.
I know
They
that's
haven't
not my
grew
son's
yet.
baby.
I mean, they grow.
All right.
Baby's supposed to come out with full-blown eyebrows.
With Grandma Autry charging $50 a week for babysitting, DNA pending, of course. Will baby Skyla ever actually get the coveted family discount, or is she out of luck?
Your Honor, if they go to the
No, they
club, they
don't.
got to pay to get in the club. They got to pay for their drink. They got to pay to park. So they're gonna
But
pay
that's
me to
not
babysit.
why. That's not why. That's on the weekend. I asked her during the week so that I could work.
If I get a DNA
Yes, she
test,
did.
Your Honor, should I give you a discount of $50 a week that I will watch her?
But why do I have to?
Wait, you said, Miss Autry, you gonna give her $60 a week?
Yes, ma'am.
When Ms. Autry's own daughter testifies that baby Skyla is her beloved niece, will this shocking family feud explode right there in the courtroom?
Miss Cooper, you are Miss Autry's daughter.
Yes, ma'am. Look at her eyebrows.
Look how old she is, though. My daughter's 2 years old. She's 30. So there's a big difference there.
So do you believe this beautiful baby Skyla is your niece?
She is my brother baby. I was there when she was born. That's my baby.
Ms. Martin confessed she lied to her husband about paternity out of pure spite. What other bombshell secrets could she be hiding that might destroy everything?
You told him, your husband, that this was not his child?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to hurt him. He left me to go be with another woman, and I was trying to hurt him like he hurted me.
After Ms. Martin admits she slept with Mr. Gott, he dramatically struts into court claiming he is Skyla's father. Is this the shocking truth or just another lie?
Did you sleep with another man?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did.
Prior to him coming back into my life, yes. August 2013, and he came back into my life in 2014, June.
And she was already pregnant.
No,
Is there any chance that man could be Skyla's biological father?
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
The other potential dad is her own sister-in-law's ex-boyfriend. Just how much more twisted can this accidental family tree possibly get before someone snaps?
Miss Cooper, this is your ex-boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
That was a mistake, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Martin, you slept with your sister-in-law's boyfriend?
Yes,
Now
Your
who
Honor.
crazy, Your Honor?
As Ms. Martin desperately begs for help with her kids, Queen DNA coldly refuses any support. Is this young mom about to face it all completely abandoned?
I need help, Your Honor.
You say you need help.
I need help with my kids.
Don't look this way, because I'm not happy because she's not mine. The rest of them. But if I got to babysit,
That's
I
not
still
true.
got to get paid.
That's not true.
I'm not in no free daycare.
The DNA results are in for baby Skyla after all the chaos. Will Queen DNA's wild toe theories be vindicated, or is her son actually the father?
The biological father is Mr. Martin.
I'll take that for 200, Your Honor. Told you.
Mr. Hughes, what is your side of this? Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, so
She's not just doubting. Grandma McBirth is suing Ms. Jackson for $1,000, claiming defamation because baby Elijah is just too white to be her grandkid.
Ms. McBirth, you petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove your son, Kakitho Hughes, is not the father of Ms. Jackson's 2-year-old son, Elijah Jackson. Furthermore, you're suing Ms. Jackson for $1,000 for defamation of character because you claim she posted comments on social media.
Ms. McBirth unleashes her creative nicknames for Ms. Jackson: Trouble with a capital T, and the unforgettable Trash, Trouble, and Trifler. But will these names stick, or just her foot in her mouth?
This woman is trouble. She is trouble with a capital T. She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is.
Grandma's core argument: baby Elijah is white as snow, powder puff skin, and no chocolate nowhere. Can this color theory actually sway Judge Lake, or is it just pure nonsense?
And you say the child looks nothing like your son.
That baby white as snow. There's no way that could be my grandchild or my son's baby. He has no features like none of us. Because he all the way white. He ain't got no black in him. Everything I see, powder puff on it. I don't see no chocolate nowhere, okay?
No, ma'am.
Auntie Terrell jumps into the fray, calling Ms. Jackson a vampire and just a snack cake on the side. With family like this, who needs a courtroom brawl?
She's never was a girlfriend. You are a vampire. You are just a fly-by-night. We didn't know anything about you. He's been in a relationship for 10 years.
In 10 years?
He's been
by
in a relationship
another
for 2
woman.
years.
And
for 10
those
years.
are my grandchildren.
All she basically was for him was a snack cake on the side of his meal.
Thank
there was
you.
nothing more.
Thank you.
All she has done is she's been trying to put the baby on us.
When Grandma McBirth first saw baby Elijah at the doctor's, She just glanced at the little white baby and walked away. Did this cold shoulder seal the family feud forever?
Think about her.
She's trying to push that baby on. That ain't mine. I didn't sleep with her. She wants me to acknowledge that child is my son. That's not gonna happen.
No, I think she's more so upset.
I seen him at the doctor's office where I was taking his real children to the doctor, and it was a newborn, and I walked past them, and I kind of glanced over there, and I saw the white baby. I knew it wasn't mine, and I ain't had nothing else to say or do about it since then.
Auntie Terrell accuses Ms. Jackson of a police-busted wild kinky party just last week, even serenading the court with, "There's a hoe in this house." Will Ms. Jackson recover from this musical takedown?
She's a liar because you just had a wild sex party that got shut down by the police station last week.
Hello.
Oh, ma'am. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Some hoes in this
That
house.
is not true. It is true because why is your neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your household?
There was no sex going on.
Grandma McBirth admits her own son is just as trifling as Ms. Jackson, but gets a pass because he's still gonna be my son. Will this blatant double standard explode in her face?
Miss McBirth, I have to ask you, you're very tough on Miss Jack. Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son has, I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son, and I know what he do.
Plot twist. Mr. Hughes, the alleged dad, finally pipes up that he's biracial because his own father is white. Could this simple fact dismantle Grandma's entire two-white argument?
Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, so
Grandma's back with more science. Her grandbabies don't have nose bridges, but Elijah does. Will this nose bridge theory be the key to cracking the case wide open?
All my grandbabies don't have a bridge on their nose. That little boy got a bridge. My grandchildren all look alike. Every last one.
All his kids, kids
So
look
wait,
like.
we're looking at the bridge of the nose.
Right.
And you're saying none of those match.
None of those match.
Drama. Elijah apparently calls other men daddy. Ms. Jackson says he just gets confused by light-skinned men in hats. Is this a baby's innocent mistake or something far more telling?
It was about a month ago. I was coming home from work and I heard her tell another guy who was out in the parking lot. She told him, she said, "Cash, come on with daddy. Come with daddy."
I've heard him call other dudes daddy, though.
Woo!
Makes it hard on herself, basically, because she throws a lot of doubts in the situation.
Were you having your son Elijah call someone else daddy?
No, ma'am.
The DNA results for two white baby, Elijah, are finally here. After all the color commentary and wild family theories, is Mr. Hughes the father or not?
And whether Mr. Hughes is the father, Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
No! That's a lie! That's a lie!
Being that she was born within the marriage, you were presumed to be her father. There's a presumption of.
That's the reason why I married her, because I thought she was pregnant with my child.
Mr. Rash spills his wife's shocking history. Craigslist rendezvous, a romp with 5 brothers from one family, and another man's name tattooed on her body.
Mr. Rash, you are here today seeking the results of paternity tests for your 2 children. You claim your wife, Ms. Fuentes, has cheated on you repeatedly. You say she once left you for another man, slept with 5 brothers from the same family, and even had the name of another guy tattooed on her body.
Ms. Fuentes coolly admits her rampant cheating, declaring Mr. Rash was never really her type, and she was never truly in love with him despite marriage.
Now, Ms. Fuentes, you don't deny you've cheated over the years, but you claim your husband was never really your type.
Correct.
And though you love him, you've never really been in love with him.
Yes, ma'am.
At a family 4th of July picnic, Ms. Fuentes admits she had an intimate relation with Chuck, Mr. Judd, while his own brother, her ex, was in prison.
A 4th of July picnic, would you like to come over? I said yes. I went over there and my ex-boyfriend, which is one of her sons, he was actually in prison at the time. And we were having a good time, and I will admit, me and her son, Chuck, we had a sexual relation.
Enter Mrs. Judd, matriarch to 10 kids, including those 5 brothers, who sagely advises that if her boys didn't take their turns, this wouldn't happen.
Ms. Fuentes had sex with pretty much all your sons.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh, how many you got?
I got 10.
Ooh, all boys?
I got 3 girls.
Ooh, it's just like my grandmother, 7 and 3.
I got
All right.
a dirty dozen.
So she had sex with several of your sons.
Mr. Rash confesses he only married Ms. Fuentes because he truly believed their youngest child, Gabriella, was his. Was this entire marriage built on a devastating lie?
Being that she was born within the marriage, you were presumed to be her father. There's a presumption of paternity. You signed
That's the reason
birth
why I
certificate.
married her, because I was pregnant with my child.
After all her betrayals, Mr. Rash declares he still wants the kids to be his, but is finally done with her. Ms. Fuentes dramatically yells, "Thank God!"
Just want my kids to be mine, and you know, I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Do you still want a relationship with Miss Fuentes?
You know what? In light of all this, no. I mean, like, I don't even care anymore.
The first DNA results are in for 1-year-old Christina. Judge Lake is about to reveal if Mr. Rash is her father or if the doubt starts here.
Comes to 1-year-old Christina. Mr. Rash, you are her father.
Now for the main event, 2-year-old Gabriella. The child Mr. Rash married Ms. Fuentes over. Is he her biological father, or is it actually one of those 5 brothers?
When it comes to 2-year-old Gabriella, Mr. Judd, you are the father.
Oh my God.
The DNA results concerning Mr. Judd and Mr. Rash for Gabriella are being opened. Judge Lake prepares to announce which of these men is her true father. Mr. Rash absolutely explodes with grief and rage at the stunning paternity reveal for Gabriella, screaming, "I'll never forgive you for that," at Ms. Fuentes.
I'll never forgive you for that. I'll never forgive you for that. Never.
She deserves to know.
No, she don't deserve to know.
Yes, she does.
You lied to her and you lied to me. I'll never forgive you. Never!
It has been brought to this court's attention that there are pictures of you with Caitlin where you put in a caption that this is me and my baby Kate, where you are referring to this little girl as your daughter.
Yes.
Do you believe Caitlin is your daughter?
Yes, that's my baby.
Mr. Jordan says Ms. Heim totally tricked him into signing the birth certificate, even lying that the other guy already took a DNA test that was negative.
You claim the defendant tricked you into signing her daughter's birth certificate and being a daddy. But 2 years later, you were told that another man is her biological father. You opened your case because you want DNA proof you are not the father.
That the other guy had done got a paternity test on Caitlin, because she told me, oh, he already got one, and you know what I'm saying? That's why I know it's just you.
Ms. Heim admits she slept with another man one time, right when the baby could have been made, but magically just knows Mr. Jordan is the father.
He's a great father, and I only had sex with one man when we were together, and I had sex with him one time, but we've been messing around for 7 years, and I never became pregnant. I met Chris, and all of a sudden I became pregnant. But I know that Chris is the father.
But how if you had sex with the other guy?
I just know that he's the father.
The truth bomb dropped when a relative, mid-argument, blurted out to Mr. Jordan, "Why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?" Imagine that shocker.
This is where it goes wrong. Her and the family member gets into like an altercation or whatnot, like an argument. It wasn't even an altercation, it was an argument. And it was like they started like throwing dirt on each other, you know what I mean? So she said something about this family member's in front of this family member's boyfriend or whatever. So so the family member turned around and was like, well, why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?
Then came the damning photos of the other guy, Santavius Knight, cuddling baby Caitlin, and his bold social media post, "Me and my baby Kate."
You can say whatever, but as she was saying it, she pulls out the phone and she started showing me I could pull it up. I ain't gotta lie. Tells me.
My family
and I'm like,
was jealous because Chris was a good person.
Pictures of the other guy and my daughter.
So this is another one posted up, and this is from Santavius Knight, and it reads, "Me and my baby Kate."
Surprise guest. The other potential dad, Mr. Knight, confidently struts into the courtroom, ready to declare that he believes little Caitlin is his baby.
It has been brought to this court's attention that there are pictures of you with Caitlin where you put in a caption that this is me and my baby Kate, where you are referring to this little girl as your daughter.
Yes.
Do you believe Caitlin is your daughter?
Yes, that's my baby.
Mr. Knight unleashes another bombshell. Ms. Heim allegedly told him, "It's not Chris, you touch me and I get pregnant," and even promised to fix the birth certificate.
She told me that it was my baby. She said, I'm pregnant. I said, what you telling me for? She said, cause it's young. Telling me I love you when you get home. I let somebody else sign the birth certificate. I'm gonna fix it when you get home. Did it in the third. I'm like, okay, say no more.
She let somebody sign the birth certificate, but she's gonna fix it when you get home.
Yeah.
No.
Busted again. Both Mr. Jordan and Mr. Knight reveal Ms. Heim tried to get them each to come over to her house just a month ago, because her new dude tripping.
So you're still having conversations with him after Caitlin's born?
Family members.
Through your family members?
That's a lie. They try to get me to come over a month ago. They try to get me over to come smash that a month ago. Come on, stop lying.
You said she just tried to get you to come over a month ago?
Told me that
Yes,
same
Mr. Jordan.
thing too, Your Honor.
How I know
A
what
month
you
ago.
said.
Hey, I need somebody to come over here and stay with me because you know my new dude been and yada yada yada.
Exactly.
Now for real.
After Judge Lake calls out her constant smirking and blatant lies, Ms. Heim finally cracks, tearfully admitting she didn't grow up with her own dad.
What is the smirk? What's behind your eyes? What are you feeling? Why? Did you grow up with your dad? You're just fine. I wasn't gonna let you stand up here and have a smirk on your face like this was a game. Because you're the mother of a beautiful little girl and you know she deserves more, and now I know why you know she deserves more, because you also deserve more and you didn't get it.
With Ms. Heim finally admitting she has no clue, the actual DNA test results for little Caitlin are about to be read by Judge Lake.
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Jordan. 23-month-old Robin Benning. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
Mr. Benning poured his heart out, dreaming of a daughter to honor his late mother. Will 2-year-old Robin be the answer to his prayers or the start of his nightmare?
First off, Your Honor, my mother passed away when I was 14 years old. She was my best friend. We spent every waking moment together. And after she died, it, left me hurt. I always wanted a daughter, and I promised I was going to take care of her and treat her like my mother took care of me.
Imagine this. While Ms. Bodine was literally in labor with Robin, Mr. Benning received a text from another man claiming, "That's my baby."
It actually happened during labor, Your Honor. I was in the hospital sitting across from Kayla as she was pushing this baby out. And I received a text from a guy telling me to leave the hospital because that's his baby and he needs to be there.
What?
I am in labor, like literally in the hospital. And I received a text telling me that the child that I'm waiting to come isn't mine.
Ms. Bodine swears she DNA tested that other man for Robin, and he was 0% the father. But with her history, can this proof possibly be believed?
How do you know this other guy is not the biological father?
Because, Your Honor, I stood up and did the woman and the mother thing I had to do and got the other guy tested.
And you submitted those results to the court?
Yes, I did.
The results read that the probability of paternity between you and this other guy is 0%.
Yes.
Benning reveals Ms. Bodine cheated with multiple guys, cruelly taunts, "You're not her father," during fights. How many potential dads are really out there for Robin?
Quite a few. First off, their DNA test doesn't mean anything considering the fact that she's cheated on me with more than one person. There could be other guys out there. That's just one,
That's the plot twist.
As well as, Your Honor, anytime that something is wrong, I'm also reminded, oh, you're not her father. As soon as we start to argue, you're not her father.
His agony is palpable as he describes loving Robin, who looks just like his deceased mother, while battling constant calls from other men claiming her.
That little girl right there is my mother come back to be with me.
And
When
she
you
looks
tell me
just
that,
like your
when you
mother.
tell me
She's
she's
her
not
mother.
mine, it feels like you're taking my mother away from me again. Change her diaper and look at her and play with her, and she's calling me daddy, and there's something in the back of my head saying she might not be. There's a text message on my phone saying it's not yours. There's people calling me on my phone saying I'm her dad.
The results for 2-year-old Robin are finally here. After all the lies and emotional torture, will Mr. Benning discover his dream daughter is biologically his?
When it comes 23-month-old Robin Benning, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
The doubt now tragically spreads to 6-month-old Jermaine Jr., especially after Ms. Bodine spitefully texted Benning himself demanding a paternity test for the baby boy.
Texting me telling me I'm not the father. I even received a text telling me after he was born, which I still went through the whole labor, everything. After that, after all that, I get a text telling me, oh, I want a paternity test for Jermaine too. Like, why would you say that if...
There was a text to you, Mr. Benning, that says, "I'm filing papers for a DNA test on Jermaine."
Despite the turmoil, Mr. Benning adores his little man Jermaine Jr., even giving him his own first name. Will this precious boy at least be his biological son?
So, Mr. Benning, I want to ask, were you there for Jermaine Jr.'s birth?
Yes, I was in the hospital.
Did you sign that birth certificate
I
too?
did sign his birth certificate. He is.
Jermaine Truth Benning Jr.
I hope Jermaine's mine. I really do. It'd be good to know at least one of my kids is mine. Yeah, I'm looking forward to spending all the time I can with him.
The final, incredibly tense DNA results for little Jermaine Benning Jr. are about to be read. Is this devoted man about to face a second devastating blow?
When it comes to 6-month-old Jermaine Benning Jr., it has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
I seen another guy coming out the house. Asked her, I said, who is that guy? She say, that's my daddy friend. I said, your dad don't hang around young dudes. So she say, they just work together. It ain't nothing. But the whole time, it was the same guy that's constantly calling my phone and telling me, hey, your baby mama this and that, your baby mama this and that. And I said, hey, how you get my number?
Ms. Chapman is fuming. Mr. Hayes takes care of his new Flames kid, but stiffed their own son, Morris Jr., on Christmas presents. Will this festive favoritism be his undoing?
Do you feel Mr. Hayes needs to just step up and be a father?
Because if he can take care of somebody else's child, why can't he take care of his own child? He's not doing nothing for Maurice Jr. He barely does for Mariah. Like, for instance, on Christmas, he brought Mariah 5 presents. Then bring Maurice Jr. nothing.
Mr. Hayes' groundbreaking paternity theory, he doubts Maurice Jr. because he didn't get any sympathy pregnancy symptoms this time around. Is this medical genius or utter nonsense?
She told me that was my baby, and I took responsibility and moved back in. That's when I started having doubts when he came home. But when I was holding him, I was telling her that I'm not the father. I never had symptoms. You know, I never felt any type of way.
When she girlfriend's pregnant the first time, when she's pregnant the first time.
She came prepared. Ms. Chapman whips out the hospital pamphlet Hayes got, warning not to sign birth certificates if in doubt. Did he read the instructions before playing daddy?
In the state of Tennessee, once you sign the birth certificate.
And it's basically an entire pamphlet with sign the birth certificate. It says parents should think carefully before acknowledging paternity. If either of you do change your mind, you have 60 days to if either parent has any doubts about who the father is, forms should be signed.
His excuse for not challenging paternity within the 60-day limit, he didn't have no job at the time, for a DNA test. Will this convenient excuse cost him dearly?
2 weeks. He said he waited till the baby was 2 weeks, said the baby not his. That paper say 60 days. Why did he not write them?
Mr. Hayes, why didn't you rescind your acknowledgement? If you felt in 2 weeks the baby really didn't look like you and you don't remember having the symptoms.
Because when I went to court, when I went to juvenile court, they said that I had to get a DNA.
Facebook fakery? She posts a pic of him with his son. He claims a God blessed me with my son. Post was for their deceased first child. Who's lying now?
What is this, ma'am?
It's a Facebook post that he posted off his page about his son.
That was my first little boy I had about her. That's the one that
died.
That's
December the 11th, 2012.
That's the baby that died.
God bless me with my son yesterday. If he died that day, why he said God bless me with my son yesterday?
This post says, God bless me with my son yesterday.
Plot twist. Mr. Hayes says another man has been calling him, claiming to be Morris Jr.'s real dad and demanding to see his child.
I seen another guy coming out the house. Asked her, I said, who is that guy? She say, that's my daddy friend. I said, your dad don't hang around young dudes. So she say, they just work together. It ain't nothing. But the whole time, it was the same guy that's constantly calling my phone and telling me, hey, your baby mama this and that, your baby mama this and that. And I said, hey, how you get my number?
Amidst paternity doubts, they argue over who buys their daughter designer shoes, until Judge Lake explodes about babies needing daddies, not pricey kicks.
I bring shoes and clothes over there every time I got paid. This the witness right here. Every time I got paid, I bring shoes and clothes. You see,
this how she got all the shoes.
Let's get this clear. What shoes?
Pumas. You mean we buy her Jordans?
Yeah, Pumas. White Air Force One, baby. I never saw no white Air Force One or black Air Force One. And the one that
all right, it's nothing that gets on my last nerve more than people's baby has and they don't even have a daddy.
Surprise witness. Mr. Hayes' new baby mama, Ms. Webb, testifies she saw texts on his phone from the other guy asking to see his baby, Maurice Jr.
One day when I had Maurice's phone, I guess the guy she was messing with supposed to be the baby daddy or whoever. He texted the phone and said, can you tell your baby mama, can I see my baby? It was telling him about, he was messing with Keisha then to her dad's house. She was going to the club, leaving the club, going over his house.
Ms. Chapman's harsh ultimatum. Mr. Hayes can't see their older daughter, Mariah, 100% his, unless he also takes Maurice Jr., the son he doubts.
So, Ms. Chapman, you've created a condition that he cannot see Mariah, the older child, unless he also take Maurice Jr.
Yes, because he will come and give Mariah things, take her, but leave him with
He
broken
had doubts,
promise.
Keisha.
It don't matter why he promised.
me.
I'm gonna come back and get him. I'm gonna come back and get you, Dad.
Mariah, he did.
Well, why he lying for though?
Judge Lake has the envelope that will change everything. Is Mr. Hayes about to be confirmed as Maurice Jr.'s dad, or was his bizarre symptom theory actually on point?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Hayes, you are not the father.
That's fine. He can have his name back.
Mr. Carr slams his ex, Ms. Villa, aka Heartbreaker, as a liar, cheater, and no good for nothing, yet still wanted to settle down with her.
Her nickname is Heartbreaker.
What does that
From the
have anything to
beginning
do with
of the
Trinity?
relationship that we had together, she was a liar, a cheater, no good for nothing, just to be honest.
But you still stayed with me. Continued
stayed
to have
with
sex
me.
with me and everything else, and you allowed me back.
I was just like her, jumping from person to person to person. But over time, I noticed that it was time for me to settle down.
Her romantic origin story? He hit me up on Facebook, and it went from one night stand to us having a kid, Cooley explains.
He hit me up on Facebook, and it went from a one night stand to us having a kid.
Wow, that is a huge jump, Jerome. A jump with a capital J.
He fires back, accusing her of cheating 8 different times with 8 different guys. She's like, no, not quite that many, but admits to some.
Was it always the same person?
Basically, yeah.
She
Yes,
cheated
it was.
8 different times with 8 different people.
In the beginning, no.
She cheated on you 8 different times with 8 different people?
Yes, Mom.
The Great Conception debate. He says another guy knocked her up January 31st. She swears baby Trinity was made February 14th during sexy time in a moving car.
The times of conception was she slept with a man on the 31st of January.
Tony,
Me and
she
her
was-
slept together on February the 14th. 3 days later, the 17th, she tells me that she's pregnant. I'm like, how are you pregnant?
Tony, you're a liar.
I don't have to
I
lie.
conceived
It's
her
the truth.
February 14th when we had sex in his car, in one of his friend's car, when he picked us up. He picked us up and we did it right there with him driving.
That was on the 14th.
Despite his crushing doubts and her admitted cheating, Mr. Carr tearfully says he's played daddy to Trinity every single day because she is my queen.
Do you have a relationship with her?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm with her just about every day of the week. I play my role as a father, no matter what it is, no matter how much pain, how much that eats me up inside, because to me, she is my queen. And she smiles back at me. That said, I'm doing something right. At least she's happy. Even if my happiness never comes, at least she's happy.
He even presents a map of her alleged DNA duck and dodge tour across multiple states to avoid that swab. Will this 3-year chase finally end today?
I was in Alabama. She was in Tampa, Florida. I tried to hook the cases together. As soon as she received the letter, she moves from Tampa, Florida to Muscle Shoals, Alabama. She moves from Decatur to Chicago, Illinois. Each time she opened the case, I believe she purposely spelled my name incorrectly because she had one of my work badges on her each and every time.
Plot twist from Villa's best friend. Villa did confess to a steamy one-night stand with another dude right when Trinity could have been made.
Did she ever say that she was with another man during the window of conception?
Yes.
She did
A one-night
say that.
stand, yes.
So she did tell you that during the window of time when Trinity was conceived, she did have a one-night stand with someone else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Villa finally admits it. Yes, she had unprotected revenge nyada nyada with another man just weeks before getting with Carr. But is he the father?
When I messed with that guy, it was more of a revenge thing because of the stuff he was doing to me.
Miss Villa, was that sex protected sex or unprotected sex?
Unprotected.
Even more confusing, that other guy's family apparently thinks baby Trinity looks just like Mr. Carr, even though the other guy denies being the dad.
Even after I had Trinity, he asked me for pictures of Trinity and stuff. His family says that she looks like him and everything. The guy.
So the
denies
other guy's
girl.
family says Trinity looks like him?
Yes, looks like Tony.
Judge Lake holds the envelope that will end this epic chase. Is Mr. Carr truly the father of his beloved Queen Trinity? Or was Heartbreaker playing him all along?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Carr, you are the father.
Mr. Fisher is absolutely devastated. His fiancée, Ms. Doyle, waited until after their precious baby Sophia was born to confess he might not be the biological father.
Mr. Fisher, you claim you made the biggest mistake of your life by signing the birth certificate for 2-month-old Sophia. You say your fiancé dropped a bomb on you just 1 month ago and admitted you may not be her father.
Ms. Doyle heaps praise on Fisher, calling him a great father and loving fiancé who does everything. Is this genuine love or just a massive guilt trip in action?
I think that he is the father. I know 100%. I mean, he was there through the whole pregnancy. He does everything for me. He works, he supports our family, he runs my baths, he cooks my food, he cleans our house, he rubs my back and rubs my feet. He's a great father, very loving. He's a very loving father and a very loving fiance.
The betrayal bombshell. A relative falsely texted Doyle that Fisher was cheating during her Florida vacation. So she had instant revenge with a random stranger in his camper.
Vacation with one of his family members in Florida, and another one of his family members that he was with at the time had texted me. He said, "Trey's cheating on you." Me, I was hurt. And so I went to be by myself at the pool area where I was at the time. A guy walked up to me and he's like, "Well, you look like you need somebody to talk to. Do you want to go to my camper and talk?" So he kissed me and then we had sex.
Plot twist on top of plot twist. Doyle later discovered that the cheating rumor about Fisher was a complete and utter lie. That revenge camper rendezvous? All for nothing.
Did you ever find out if Mr. Fisher was actually cheating that time?
Me and him talked about it, and the family member admitted that it was a lie, that he did not cheat on me.
So the family member sent a text and lied?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you went and had revenge sex?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the whole time it was a lie?
Yes, Your Honor.
For the entire pregnancy and through Sophia's birth, a clueless Mr. Fisher was by her side, even joyfully signing the birth certificate, believing she was his miracle.
And you knew nothing about this until after Sophia was born?
Yes, Your Honor. You know, I felt like I was the dad, which at the time, I was pretty sure I was. Kept telling her, push, push, push. I want to see my baby. And afterwards, right there, I held her. I signed the birth certificate and everything, because I thought it was my baby.
Ms. Doyle shamefully admits she knew all along Sophia might not be his, but couldn't bring herself to tell Fisher because he was just so excited about the baby.
Whenever I took the pregnancy test, I knew that I had cheated on him. So whenever I seen the lines, I was kind of upset. I was like, because I knew, but he didn't. He didn't know that I had cheated on him. Couldn't find it in myself to tell him because I...
You were worried.
Yes, Your Honor, I was. I knew that she could possibly not be his, like, without a doubt, because it was in the same time frame that I had sex with the other guy, and...
While Ms. Doyle was hiding this colossal secret about a potential other father, a blissfully unaware Mr. Fisher actually proposed to her, dreaming of their perfect family.
I told her, I went to work that day, and I was thinking about proposing to her because I love her. She's my world. I got home that day, I had the ring in my pocket. I told her how I felt. I said, I love you, you're my world, you're everything I've ever wanted. I want to take this family to a whole nother level. Will you marry me? She said yes.
The damning calendar evidence is laid bare. Ms. Doyle's Florida vacation fling dates align perfectly with baby Sophia's conception window. Is this the final proof he's not the dad?
When you calculate it, the window of conception between April 19th to April 26th for a child born on January 15th. And those dates pretty much right in the window of time you were on vacation in Florida and had sex with the other guy.
Yes, Your Honor.
In an unbelievable display of love before the results, Mr. Fisher tells a sobbing Ms. Doyle, "That's my baby no matter what. You're my wife. I love you."
You ain't gotta be guilty about it no more. I know about it, and I know you're sorry. Just don't hold it on me no more. That's my baby no matter what, and you're my wife. I love you.
Judge Lake, with her own heart pounding for this couple, is about to reveal the DNA results for little Sophia. Will Mr. Fisher's world be shattered or his greatest hope confirmed?
2-month-old Sophia Fisher. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fisher are the father.
We started dating in 2015. We've been on and off since then, and we broke up when I was about 12 weeks pregnant because he wouldn't get a job, so I kicked his out.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Let's use respectful language in the courtroom. You told him get out.
Yes.
And you broke up with him, which means he went over to Miss Fuentes.
Yes.
Ms. Hummel drags ex-Mr. Pack to court for baby Lola, but he and his new girlfriend, Ms. Fuentes, swear he's not the dad.
You claim you were caught in a love triangle with the defendant and his current girlfriend, which has left him denying he fathered your 8-month-old daughter, Lola. You have petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that he is her biological father.
Plot twist. Hummel snaps back that Pac really needs a DNA test for girlfriend Fuentes' own brand new 2-month-old baby, Anthony.
Okay, if anyone needs a DNA test, he needs to get one for the other child.
What other child?
My child.
She just had a child 2 months ago.
The tea is piping hot. Judge Lake reminds current girlfriend Ms. Fuentes of her previous paternity court visit, where she admitted juggling several brothers from one family.
Ms. Fuentes, we hate to bring up the past, but since it's on record, you've appeared in this court.
I have.
Before.
Yep.
You've been in this courtroom in this particular hearing. You pretty much admitted to the fact that you had had sex with several members of the same family.
Yes.
And Fuentes confesses again. She also cheated on Pac with her ex, unprotected, right when her new baby Anthony could have been conceived.
Me and him had gotten in an argument, and basically I kicked him out. I kicked him out for 3 days, and during that 3 days, I slept with my ex. To be honest with you, I don't remember date all correctly, but it was probably about 6-7 weeks when I found out I was pregnant.
Did you use protection?
No, I did not.
Was that within the window of time your child was conceived?
It was.
Judge Lake, demanding all the truth, declares Mr. Pac needs 2 DNA tests, one for Hummel's Lola and another for Fuentes' Anthony.
So what I want to do is I want to finish this case regarding Ms. Hummel's child, and then I'm going to send you all off for DNA testing as it relates to baby Anthony, because I'm a firm believer to get the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Ms. Hummel claims she dumped Pac, who then shacked up with Fuentes just 48 hours later because he wouldn't get a job. He screams, "That's a lie."
We started dating in 2015. We've been on and off since then, and we broke up when I was about 12 weeks pregnant because he wouldn't get a job, so I kicked his out.
That's a lie. That's
okay.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Let's use respectful language in the courtroom. So you told him get out, and you broke up with him, which means he went over to Ms. Fuentes.
48 hours later.
Mr. Pac then backtracks, admitting they were living together during Lola's conception, but swears they slept in different rooms and barely spoke. Sir January.
We was together, but the whole time we slept in different rooms. We didn't talk to nobody. We didn't talk to each other barely 2 words out the day. And the job thing, that's a lie.
Despite Pac's fierce denial of baby Lola, I'm not the father, his current girlfriend Fuentes admits they have actually babysat Lola for Ms. Hummel.
Mr. Pac, you aren't doing anything?
Your Honor, I am not the father.
She's asked us to watch the baby a couple times, and we have. I mean, he wants to find out if the baby's his, that's fine, but I don't feel like shunning the baby.
Ms. Hummel is 110% certain Mr. Pac is Lola's father. Mr. Pac sees no resemblance at all and demands the real dad show up.
What are your hopes today? What are you hoping for?
That he's gonna step up and take care of his child.
Because you know for certain this is his.
Oh yeah, 110% I know that this child, my daughter, is his. Look at her, like.
No, she's not.
There's no resemblance at all.
None.
Right there, none at all.
Okay.
With Lola's paternity just revealed, Judge Lake immediately orders all 3 back for baby Anthony's DNA results. Will Pac be a father of 2, making these babies siblings?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Pac, you are the father. I told you.
Yeah, you just slept with me when you guys came to visit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Wait, what did you say?
That he slept with me when they came to visit. Just recently, 2 weeks ago.
Ms. Ramirez is furious her ex, Mr. Jordan, dad to their other 2 kids, is denying their new baby Mila, doing absolutely nothing for her.
Ms. Ramirez, you have dragged your ex-boyfriend to court because you are tired of him denying your 4-month-old daughter, Mila. And you're hoping today's results will make him finally step up. Ms. Ramirez, you say Mr. Jordan does nothing for Mila?
He was not there for the pregnancy. He wasn't there for the birth. He's never provided.
Mr. Jordan claps back. Ramirez is a pathological liar, and he has a pay stub proving he was working in another state when baby Mila was allegedly made.
I'm just here to prove that Mila's not my baby. She's a liar, like pathological liar.
Mr. Jordan, if we count back, that looks like it adds up.
Your Honor, that's not, she's lying. Cause I have proof, I have proof right here that I was in Georgia, I got a pay stub. If I could submit this to.
Her wild story? Jordan did make a secret visit from Georgia for a whole week where they had unprotected romps because she wanted another baby.
Ms. Ramirez, if Mr. Jordan was living in a completely different state, you've testified he didn't have any money to come back.
Well, the week he had came to visit, he was coming down with a friend. and during that time, we were having unprotected sex.
The entire week of March 18th through March 24th.
Yes, the whole week, unprotected sex.
But wait, Ramirez then casually admits she also hooked up with someone else just a week after Jordan supposedly left, protected, but he pulled out.
So, Ms. Ramirez, is there any chance your timeline was off?
No, not at all.
Or you were with anybody else?
A week after he left, I did sleep with someone else. But I did use protection and he did pull out. So, but that was literally a day and a half later when I took a pregnancy test.
Plot twist. Jordan's star witness is his new pregnant girlfriend, Ms. Gilliard, who used to be Ms. Ramirez's babysitter for her other kids.
So, Mr. Jordan, you say you brought a witness that would prove that you are not Mila's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
I met him first and foremost, of course, and ended up being his babysitter for his second child that he has, Adrian, for a few months, actually, while he was in Georgia.
The ex-babysitter spills the tea. Amari claims Ramirez herself told her she was taking baby Mila to see Mila's dad, another guy, for cash.
I knew more certainly when she herself told me. She asked us to stay with the boys and that she's gonna take Mila to go see her dad. She didn't say, oh, this might be the dad. She said, I'm going to take Mila to see her dad. He wants to see Mila.
Even more damning, Amari found a cozy family portrait on Ramirez's phone featuring her, baby Mila, and the other guy. Ramirez still says just a possibility.
I also found a photo on social media, you know, where she's like taking a picture with the baby and this man, and I found it on there. So I have.
You found a photo?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a picture of Ms. Ramirez, Mila, and then the other guy?
Yes,
I've never posted that.
Well, this looks like a family portrait.
Last-minute chaos. Ramirez accuses Jordan of sleeping with her just 2 weeks ago when he and his pregnant new girlfriend visited. They both scream no.
Yeah, you just slept with me when you guys came to visit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Wait, what did you say?
That he slept with me when they came to visit. No. Just recently, 2 weeks ago.
Judge Lake holds that fateful envelope. Is Mr. Jordan now expecting a child with the ex-babysitter, also the father of Ms. Ramirez's baby Mila, despite his alibi?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Jordan, you are the father.
Actually, how the situation went about, I was in her phone one day and I scrolled down, I was on Snapchat basically. I had seen the dude and I said, he looked just like my son. I'm like, what? Like,
Your Honor, he sent me that picture and immediately, just in all honesty, I was like, that's not your son.
Mama Bosley charges in, declaring her son Cedric made a young and dumb mistake signing baby Maverick's birth certificate because there are 2 other possible dads.
You and your son have petitioned the court for a DNA test because you are certain he did not father the defendant's 3-month-old son, Maverick, and there are 2 other possible fathers. You say your son mistake by signing the birth certificate, and you need today's paternity result to get his name off of it.
Their office romance? Met at work, he immediately gushed love at first sight and baby talk. They did the deed the next day, then she hit the brakes.
Well, my testimony is, in the beginning, we were working together, and he was starting off like, oh, I love you. Do you believe in love at first sight? And then the next day we was talking, and then we had sex, you know, the kids and all of that. And then I asked for a break because we were moving too fast. I already said that we was moving too fast at the beginning.
Miss Jackson's little mistake. An ex popped up at her house while Cedric was there, and she admits she gave oral relations to this other guy.
the situation was how she told me we was at the house chilling, relaxing. One of her ex-boyfriends popped up at the house. She went to go talk to him for a little minute or what, so the whole time I'm looking out the window trying to make sure, you know, ain't nothing going on.
But you wasn't fine with it because you were looking out the window while she was talking.
Because I just wanted to make sure, you know.
Exactly, because you weren't fine with it.
But wait, there's more. Cedric claims Miss Jackson actually got busy with 2 coworkers. She clarifies, oral with one, full relations with another.
The 2 guys she cheated on me with, those was the guys that we worked together with.
Oh, so all of you all co-workers?
Yes, we all was co-workers.
Your Honor, I only cheated on him once, and that's with the person that was at work. But I did have sex with one other person that was there at the job, and that was the person that came to the house. The other person that I didn't have oral sex with.
This is a mess.
Judge Lake can't believe her ears. exclaiming, "How many people you gonna sleep with at the same job? When are you working?"
How many people you gonna sleep with at the same job? When are you working?
That's why I'm here.
In a heartbreaking turn, Miss Jackson tearfully reveals her own father denied her, and her choices stem from deep pain and not feeling worthy.
Did you grow up with your dad in your life?
He denied me too, and it hurts. It hurts.
I understand.
I don't want my son to grow up like without his dad in the picture because I know how it feels and I have my daddy issues. And growing up is hard.
Mama Bosley turned Snapchat detective, finding a picture of another man, Mr. Green, who she swears looks just like baby Maverick.
How the situation went about, I was in her phone one day, scroll down, I was on Snapchat basically. I had seen the dude and he looked just like my son. I'm like, what? Like,
Your Honor, he sent me that picture, and immediately, just in all honesty, I was like, that's not your son.
Enter potential father number 2. Mr. Green, the co-worker from the damning Snapchat pic, swaggers in but insists he doesn't think he's Maverick's dad either.
We met through a friend, and then we started talking through social media.
All right, so was Miss Jackson interested in a sexual relationship with you?
Yes, Your Honor, she was trying to have sex.
So do you believe you are Maverick's biological father?
No, I don't. I just came here to prove that I'm not.
Despite all the drama and his mom's meddling, Cedric admits he does hope Maverick is his son. But if not, I'm gone.
Do you hope Maverick is your son?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
If he minds, then we can move on. But if he's not mine, I'm gone. It's simple.
Judge Lake holds that fateful envelope for Maverick. Will Mama Bosley's co-worker theory be right? Or is her son Cedric actually the father despite this workplace circus?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Bosley.
I know the date. The date was February 21st in my mama's house, in the bathroom. We was in the mood. She go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom after. That's the date that we have in Brooklyn.
Your Honor, I remember us having sex at my house, not his mother's house.
Your daughter, Brooklyn, in your mother's bathroom on the sink.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Muhammad storms into court, vowing, "I would never let another man raise my child. His proof Brooklyn is his? She has his face features."
Mr. Muhammad, you are here to prove that you are the father of the defendant's 2-year-old daughter, Brooklyn. You claim the only reason she is denying paternity is because she wants to be in a relationship with the other man.
I was always raised to do the right thing, always raised to be a stand-up gentleman. I know take care of all my children.
But Ms. Walton drops a bomb. No way is Muhammad the dad, because she was getting busy with the other guy almost every day of the month back then.
You were secretly cheating on Mr. Muhammad and had sex with the other man almost every day of the month. And there is no way Mr. Muhammad is Brooklyn's father.
I say that because during my conception date was having more sexual intercourse with the other guy than Mr. Muhammad.
The ultimate deception. Muhammad says Walton introduced the other man involved in this baby drama as her innocent cousin. He suspected nothing.
Well, baby, I wouldn't say we were together.
No. I wasn't having no affair. We was together. She told me that this gentleman was her cousin. I didn't think nothing of it.
She told you the other guy was her cousin?
Was her cousin.
Her secret affair hideout? Ms. Walton admits she was sneaking off to hotels with her lover, simply telling poor Mr. Muhammad she was at work.
Well, what happens is we was sneaking off to the hotel, relations there.
And where were you supposed to be? Where did you tell Mr. Muhammad you were?
Work.
I told him I was at work.
She ain't at work. She ain't at work.
I did work because during my pregnancy I was 2 jobs, so Mr. Muhammad wouldn't even help me with anything.
She's cheating, Your Honor. While she thinks she at work, she's cheating.
Muhammad busted her by snooping on her phone while she slept, finding steamy texts and even body part pictures with her supposed cousin.
She sleep, I looked at her phone, I started seeing a full-fledged text message about having sex, all that stuff. Y'all having a full relationship behind my back.
So you had
I had no idea about this man. Like I said, she told me in the beginning that was a cousin.
Your Honor, he found out through my cell phone. He's the type that like to go through your cell phone. He even took my cell phone for 2 months.
2 months?
Yes,
I never
ma'am.
took it.
His scientific proof of paternity. Mr. Muhammad hilariously claims Brooklyn is smart like him because she poured her own cereal at 1-year-old due to his genes.
I feel she got more of my
Everything alike. She's smart like me. One time I seen Brooklyn pour cereal at 1 year old, pour cereal and milk. What child do you know that does that want? That's my genes. That's my.
Did you pour cereal and milk for one?
I used to always get this. I'm very smart.
Their alleged magical conception moment for Brooklyn, according to him, in his mama's house, in the bathroom. on the sink. She, of course, recalls it differently.
The date was February 21st in my mama's house, in the bathroom. We was in the mood. She go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom after. That's the date that we had Brooklyn.
Your Honor, I remember us having sex at my house, not his mother's house.
Ms. Walton's shocking confession. She wants the other, married man to be Brooklyn's dad because he'd be more financially helpful. Cold-blooded.
Unless you really believe that.
Your Honor, she
I
Brooklyn my
believe
last...
it in my heart that he is the biological father
Your
of
Honor,
the man.
she gave
and plus
Brooklyn...
the other man, he will be more financially helpful. He'll be more of a father.
Your Honor, Brooklyn got my last name.
He will be the man that's standing up to take care of his child. He's married, for number one.
Your Honor.
Why does Brooklyn have Muhammad's last name then? Walton says it was just to save Brooklyn from embarrassment, not because she thought he was the dad.
She gave Brooklyn my last name.
You gave Brooklyn...
I gave Brooklyn his last name
because it's my baby.
From being later on in life.
It's my baby, period.
You wanted your daughters to have same last name, because you definitely couldn't give her the other man's last name.
Nah, you can't do that. That's what you get messing with Mary.
So then your only option was to give her just your last name, so you didn't want her to get teased.
Right.
The courtroom waits with bated breath. Will Mr. Muhammad be proven right about his mini-me, or is Ms. Walton's complicated web about to unravel completely?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Muhammad, you are the father.
Yes.